Guys, this is Dave and just making this real quick video about a basically update of what I'm seeing on the charts right currently. So I will probably start here on the trading view where I'm posting most of my charts, right? So if you would like to follow, there is mostly everything what I'm planning to trade, right? Because it's mostly the pre-plans, right? So let's say I draw my ranges, I project where I'm expecting the price to go, right? Sometimes it goes there as I have predicted, but not always I can catch the trade, right? Because obviously you cannot catch everything. And then if I catch it, I also post it in here, right? So we have missed this USDJPY. That would be one where I could start. And then I didn't catch this move from this low, right? And then we are going higher in here because what? Because we got this beautiful daily CLS range in here, right? We had the manipulation into this level, which had the rejection in here, and it dipped below this liquidity. So I'm expecting price to go higher into this level, potentially into this weekly level, right? So it's slightly developing. I'm in a position, it has moved higher, retraced back, right? And I think that next week could be a expansion, right? I'm expecting this expansion based on this, what is happening here on the dollar index, right? So basically dollar index has dropped significantly. I will show you on this chart in here. So we have seen this huge drop down, right, into the monthly level, and it has formed this weekly range, right? So it has been consolidating around this level for almost 2 weeks, right? Since 7th March until the 20th, right? So it's 2 weeks, 21, 2 weeks, right? And then it started to expand it up, right? So I think we have a room for going higher. However, I do not think that it's a big time frame reversal, and I do not think that we will go that much higher, right? Let me show you why. Basically, the COT data giving a little bit clue, right? We can see here that longs has almost disappeared, right? And the shorts has been significantly added. And if we look to the commercials, we can see that they are heavily shorting against the longs, right? I mean, we do not see big shorts in here. However, we can see the huge drop in the longs, right? So from 10K to the 1K, it's quite significant, right? No one is long in the dollar in here, right? So what does it mean? They looks bearish, yes, perfect. But the COT data has a little bit delay, right? And if they looks bearish, we also need to think where they've been bearish, right? Because COT data are always reported on the Tuesday, which I think was somewhere in here. Let me check, right? Tuesday, right? Tuesday here. So that's the data from this bottom, right? There wasn't longs, right? Probably, and most likely, they have added some longs, right? Now is the question, are they adding the longs to take the price up, or are they adding the longs to take it up and on that way up build shorts for the more continuation down? For me, it looks like that. However, I do not need to know this for the next week. For the next week, what's my plan? My plan is that the price could go here into this fair value gap on the higher time frame. I think it's daily or 4 hours. See, 4 hours. And also into this order block, right? This order block is probably from from the 2 hour, right? So this would be somehow stopping the price, and it's giving me confidence that this can happen, right? If we look to the dollar index, I had also the prediction in here from these lows, right? So again, we have this bounce from this weekly range, and I've been expecting price to reach this level, right? See, nicely it has played out. Beautiful, right? With the timing of the CLS, we are able to predict when the market will move, right, and enter exactly when it is necessary. So we are not stuck in the long-term range, right? Here is the euro. I've been predicting before, and I was expecting price to drop a little bit lower, right? A little bit lower, and then take this liquidity a little bit above and retest this level, and then looking for the potential drop, right? So it has kind of played out, right? However, in here, in the previous week, I actually closed the trade somewhere in here because I was expecting price taking up this liquidity, and I felt that I'm a little bit earlier in the trade. However, then I waited for the confirmation, which was in here. We have seen this run into the liquidity, right, creating the order block when it was created, when the price has closed below these lows, right? So in this candle, when this candle happened, I knew that we got a order block in here, right? So then nothing else than shorting in here was the possibility, right? So we shorted and price went down, right? And it was nicely executed exactly here on the 1.094, targeting 1.8, right? And it has played nicely exactly on the pip into the level. So I'm currently out of the position, and what I'm seeing right now, I actually already shared in here on the trading view, so you can see that's a 2 days fresh analysis. So if you like it, you can put the like in here, and also in the video you can give a like if you like a trading. In here we have this order block, right, which caused what? Which caused this break, right? So in here I got two confluences. I got this weekly CLS range, right? We have this order block from where we have taken that previous trade, and right now when we are breaking this low, maybe we will bounce from this order block because we have the rejection in here and taking the price higher. So maybe we could get something like this, right? That and down, right? As said, I'm thinking the price could go in here into the discount. However, I will be out here because on this level, it's a 1 hour order block, and it again can start to do something, you know, pullbacks. You know, it can pull back and then go lower again, but I don't want to be in this. I want to take this, right? Sure shot, that's what I'm looking for, right? So it's for the euro. If we look to the COT data on the euro, again, it has started to look bullish, right? Look how much shorts they have closed, right? They closed 170 from 175 to the 129. So in the last week, they actually closed, they did the change, right? 46k change, right? Let me check on the 5 years data. And it's basically a biggest change in the last 5 years, right? So look how they switched from the -10 to the 59, right? And it's also in the confluence what's happening on the dollar, and it probably could be because we are all expecting the weak dollar coming. It's not only by the seasonality, but probably a little bit about what's happening on the fundamentals with the Trump. However, that's not what I'm watching. I'm seeing everything on the charts. I don't need to analyze what Trump is doing, right? So we got this short, expecting pullback and going up, right? Here is a USD franc, right? Swiss franc. Again, still, I'm looking for the same thing, right? We have the CLS range formed on the order block, right? Then the price has been ranging. It took the liquidity in here and created the change in the order flow, right? So on the daily, you would see how this candle, right? It's a 6 hours. So these 4 6-hour candles consist one candle, and we have the strong close above, right? So it's a change in order flow, order block, right? Now that would be perfect if price a little bit go lower in here, maybe on the Monday, right? And we can form our trade from here into the 50% of the equilibrium, right? Again, if expecting weaker dollar, I do not think that it will go too much higher, right? But it can go into this 50%, which is also in the confluence with this order block, right? And from here, we could see potential move lower, but that's what is not important for us for the next week, right? What else we have in here? So it's USDJPY, Euro, USD franc, dollar index we expecting going higher. Here is a pound, and it was similar case actually. Let me show you the analysis before, which was this one, right? And again, I was expecting the price going lower in here. I have entered the trade, but you can see it has moved higher, right? So where I actually closed the trade, it was somewhere around here. right? So I basically closed that euro and the pound with the $10 profit. But what I was actually, I closed them and I said like, we'll wait a little bit more because I think it needs a little bit more manipulation or the development, right? So it was happening. And then when I get the confirmation, I re-entered it again, right? So it was in here. And look, where I'm getting the confirmation, I get confirmation in here. You know how my CLS ranges works? If not, you can maybe join our academy. I can teach you everything. So we have the weekly CLS range, and in here we have this 4-hour CLS range, right? Which has dipped into the liquidity, again was manipulated, and price starting to close lower, which has offered me the model number 1 in here, right? On the lower time frame, 4 hours CLS, and then it's offering also the model number 1 on the weekly, right? So I'm actually using the fractal of the lower time frame and the higher time frame to execute on the lower time frame with the targets on the higher time frame, right? So I'm in this position right now. Price has moved lower significantly, right? There's a great profit already. I think 1500 is running now. So currently it's running 70 pips in a profit, and I think we will go lower, probably these lows, right? What gives me confidence in here? Again, dollar index, right? Dollar index has printed in here beautiful Wyckoff accumulation. You can find the Wyckoff accumulation on the Google. You will see it's completely same, right? Nothing what I really used in the trading, but I think that right now this move can go fast with the speed, and maybe we will not get that pullback in here, which will means that we will probably not get this, right? So this is a probability which I would be looking for. I do not want to sell here on the lows. And also it's a weekend, and it depends how the Monday will play in here for me, right? So waiting for that. So that's for the Forex pairs. I don't see nothing on the Aussie or the Canadian dollars. They have simply ugly price action at this moment, right? Let's look to the crypto. Here is a SUI. SUI dipped into the order block in the discount, took the liquidity. We have CLS range, right? Price has made change in the order flow, and now it is kind of ranging in here. I had a few scalps in here, show it also in the Telegram channel where I was scalping this. It was beautiful, right? Testing the Clio platform, which I will show you later. It's in a prop firm, and now it's ranging in here, right? I still believe this will happen, but again, similar case like I had it with the euro and the pound. Probably we will need a little bit more development and the time in here. We can see this is kind of a range in here, right? And probably we can dip lower into this level, or maybe retest this level again, right? So not gonna enter blindly in here, but still have this in my trading plan, still have it in the mind that I want to go long in here, right? Here is the Doge, same case, right? You can see we have the weekly range, which I have highlighted in here, and now this is a weekly range in here, right? Expecting that play out. And then again, I used the fractal, found the daily range, right? So on the daily, actually the trade has been already done, right? But right now we are in here, and you can see how the price is supported by this weekly range, right? So expecting again in here some manipulation, maybe into the midpoint of this level, right? And then probably going higher, right? Overall, I'm getting bullish on the crypto, and I think we could see nice gains soon. Similar thing on the Ethereum, right? You can see we have a weekly range and the daily range, and the daily range is now playing model number 2. So what does it mean? We have the move, right? Waiting for the 61.8 FIP, and then it can play up to here, right? So that's that daily range, this small one nested in this big one, right? And once we get above in here, and this, sorry, it's not weekly range, monthly range, now I'm reading correctly in here, right? We might get support by this level and continuation higher, right? So let's see how this is gonna play out. what I got in here, yeah, here is the NASDAQ. I don't think this one is developing well. I actually didn't enter it in here. I didn't have this trade. But what I highlighted in here also is that this is a seasonality on the NASDAQ, right? So you can see mid-March, end of the March, the price of the NASDAQ is seasonally going higher, right, for the end of the year. And it's also in the confluence with the liquidity cycle, which is playing right now. Will it repeat? Who knows, right? Don't have this trade, just analyze this. But I actually had the beautiful trade I want to show you on the NASDAQ, which I had recently. That was something really amazing in here, right? So again, you can see that the big CLS ranges works best, right? So we have the big CLS range and model number 1 is up into the 50%, right? And I suggest you, if you're trading my strategy, always stick to the plan and take the profit at the 50%, because what can happen then? See? So if you're greedy and if you're targeting some nonsense highs, like, you know, trying to take it all on the ones, you can see on the 50% where you should take the target, price, reverse and go down, right? So you are basically right, but too greedy, right? So how I played this trade, actually, let me show you. I have updated in here, right? So I have entered in here, then the price was developing ugly for me, right? Seems like will go lower. However, this order block below that CLS range has been supporting the price, and then it went beautifully higher, right? If you go to my trading view, you will see that this is happening exactly around a 9:30, which is a CLS time for the New York, right? This was on the Friday, right? And then Monday it went to the profit, right? And then it dropped lower, right? So yeah, anyway, it was a good trade. What else we got in here? Right here, Solana. Also, we have the monthly CLS range, which I was expecting to play, but here formed daily CLS range on the midpoint of the higher time frame order block, right? So from here, you can take trade, right? But again, don't be greedy. Don't try to target this, right? From level to level, right? So from this level, you targeting midpoint or this, right? So how it play out? You see, we get this and then it went lower. However, it's still developing in here, and I do think right now, where I got my Solana, here, right? So again, we have the weekly range now, and we have also, you can see this big candle, we have also the daily range in here, right? Actually 6 hours range. You see, so the price has taken liquidity in here, moved into the 50%, consolidated and moved into the profit, right? So if you traded this trade in here, you would already have the profit. Right now, we moved into the weekly CLS range, right? And that's what I was actually expecting, right? So as you can see, let me bring it, sorry. Right? So what I was expecting, once we get above into this weekly range, I was expecting this to be supportive and going into the 50%, right? Which is kind of playing out in here, right? We are back into the 50% and it's getting supported in here, right? So waiting for this to play out, right? And this move, that first move was actually tradable, and you can see I had some Solana trades in here, actually quite a lot, right? This is all Solana trades based on this lower time frame CLS range, right? So this move was what I have traded in there, right? Scalp. So what else I'm seeing here? All right, and that's probably everything what I got for the next week. Actually, I want to show you what's my opinion about a Bitcoin. I do think that we will go higher in here, basically, right? We have taken this liquidity. What I think that maybe must happen is some proper big dump, some proper event, which will fear the people to close the position, to panic, everything, right? Like maybe start of the war, or maybe Trump saying something, or something like that, right? That would be the best thing, best buy. And then I think we go into this quadrant of this, actually quadrant this, 2 standard deviation, which would be maybe somewhere between 160 and 220K, right? And it could play for the rest of the year, right? So what next we have? Actually, the stocks, a little bit. I quite like Palantir. You can read my analysis in here. I have highlighted quite important things in here and still applying the same thing in here, right? So it has bounced below this liquidity level, right? My students know what does it mean, where is this level, and I think we're going higher, right? So it's quite a nice potential for the 83% gains, right? Then we have Tesla, right? Dropped significantly and massively. However, it's currently in this order block in the level where I am expecting the price going higher, right? And I've been accumulating as a crazy in here and thinking if we will go higher. Again, if we apply CLS ranges, you can see here is a CLS range, right? Which I actually didn't see before it happened, right? And now it's happening. And you can see we have the manipulation, right? Below the level, right? In the order block, right? And price start to closing inside, right? On the weekly, right? So that's the setup, right? That's what could play, right? However, in here, I think that the Elon Musk a little bit fuck it up when he put the political face into the Tesla, and a lot of people start to maybe hate it. Oh, here, actually also Ondo. This is a BlackRock coin, right? Still similar, still same thing, right? And yeah, be consolidating around this edge, right? So this one doesn't look too confident, right? Maybe a little bit dip lower and higher. So yeah. All right, guys. So this is all what I have in my watch list right now. And if you like this type of the videos, which I've been actually doing in the past, let me know in the comments if you want me to bring them back. And I might do my best to do them on the weekends. All right, so have a great rest of the week and happy trading. Bye-bye.